another edition of Cover Story. This week we have the newly inducted BJP leader Subramanian Swamy in an extremely candid conversation. Then again, being Swamy, candid is the only way he knows how to be. Hello Dr. Swamy and welcome to NewsX. First of all, also congratulations on joining the BJP. And I would, you had tweeted that ya tarboos chaku pe girega ya chaku tarboos pe girega. So who is the chaku and who is the tarboos? I'm more interested in that.
Now I can't. You should ask me at that time. Not now. Now I will not say.
So is this a new restrained Subramanian Swamy that
well,
you see?
It's a big party, and you see, there are a lot of people who have worked very hard to get me in, because there was resistance also. It's understandable.
Resistance, in fact, one of the BJP leaders was scripting off the record. There are already too many Swamis in the BJP.
Yeah, I know who you are talking about. But in the end, he also went along because everybody was for it.
He was there at
he was.
that evening when the final decision was taken.
That's right. So therefore these apprehensions are there that I will hijack the party, I will distort the opinion of the party, and I will. So I think right now what we need is team players, because we got a situation which is in our favor. So why spoil it by these quarrels? And there are internal forums in which this can be thrashed out. I think on two matters already I've thrashed out and got my, my view has been sort of accommodated.
Well, one we saw publicly on television, you were espousing the Ayodhya cause, and the BJP spokesperson spoke against it. And the very next day BJP has actually taken the line.
Yes, that's right.
So is this the Swamy way? Is the BJP going the Swamy way?
Well, I'm not new to them. No, I'm an old Jansanghi. So they know me, and I was in fact senior to most of them. And I was only junior to Vajpayee and Advani. And in a sense, my coming to BJP means that I'm back in the family which I was not a part of for some years. So it's easier to accept me than if they were to get a congressman or a socialist or something like that.
Your ideology is
ideology there,
and
then I have a background of achievements which the Jansangh celebrated, like a economic plan where I said if you give up socialism you'll grow at 10% per year. It was vindicated later on. And then of atom bomb. So many other things. When the emergency, of course, I was the star performer. So there's a lot of identification, and there was a lot of regret that I wasn't part of them. So in effect, there's quite a lot of celebration that my coming back.
But there is also one fear that that you are a loose cannon. Also, there's no stopping you. So how will
see, loose cannon means I can hit at anybody. That's not correct.
You have a specific target.
Yes, I have well-known issues. I certainly think that a leader should not tell lies. I don't hit at everybody. In fact, I make very good friends. Mulayam Singh is my friend. He has absolute confidence. Narasimha Rao was such a close friend. Rajiv Gandhi, excellent friend I had. I mean, we were almost considered brothers by the insiders.
And what went wrong with the instance you were
with her? With Sonia Gandhi, it went wrong. You see, she and Jayalalitha were very excellent friend I had. I mean, we were almost considered brothers by the insiders.
And what went wrong with the instance you were
with her? With Sonia Gandhi, it went wrong. You see, she and Jayalalitha were very keen that we bring down the NDA government.
Right.
But I expected a promise that time that we will not just bring down, but we will have an alternative government. Now, Ms. Sonia Gandhi gave that promise in front of everybody. And then when I brought down the government after a lot of work, she coldly said that she will form the government alone. It put me in difficulty because I had persuaded Mayawati, I had persuaded Mulayam Singh, I had all of them brought together and we won by just one vote. And then you find that this lady can't keep her word made in front of so many people. And I also feel that she made some kind of deal on Kotrochi, why she sabotaged that NDA government's fall.
But was there a proposal that did she offer to make you the Prime Minister?
I would say, listen, there was never a public proposal. The congressman would say that Rajiv used to think very highly of you and wanted to make you Prime Minister instead of Chandrasekhar, which is a fact. He told me, but he told me very late, after we had committed to Chandrasekhar. Then Chandrasekhar was my friend, and I had brought him out of NDA, out of Janata Dal, on the promise that we'll make him Prime Minister. Then I can't betray him. You can't run this country if you betray people. Then you don't have the moral authority. So yes, he was for it. So they used to say that, but I never took it seriously. Except one day, when a congressman gave to the Indian Express a short list of me, Chandrasekhar, and Devagoda. And a congressman said we had to give a big list, but actually it is you. That's all. But I never took it seriously. I was more interested that since Jayalalitha and I had at that period an extremely good relations after a very hostile relation.
You filed a case against her.
Oh, several. In fact, she's still suffering for it. But she was very nice to me in that period when we were together. And so she was very keen. She was very hurt by the NDA for ignoring her and breaking promises with her. She felt betrayed. So she was thirsting for revenge. So she asked me, you have to help me. Then I told her, what about, we have to form an alternate government. Then this question of bringing Sonia on the picture came. And then she made this commitment and she betrayed. So I got upset.
Who was going to be the Prime Minister of this alternative government?
There was no, it was decided that as soon as I bring down the government, we'll all meet and decide.
That was that Tea Party?
No, Tea Party was for bringing the government down. A dinner party for fixing, There she cheated us by going and claiming that she had 272. And then the elections were came. And then the elections, everybody held me responsible, saying that you have,
caused this. Bring down a government.
Yeah, I brought a government, so much expense. Then Kargil took place and made my name even worse, you see. This kind of betrayal, you can't run a society when you don't have trust.
But you've come a long way from bringing a BJP government down to now joining the BJP.
Well, it's actually a compliment to BJP and particularly RSS, because they have understood larger cause today that we need. Well, although I was outside the BJP fold, I was still that Hindutvavadi, you see. So for them, they feel that today all the Hindus must combine, you see. Even their reservations they have given up on Modi and so on. They are now enthusiastically backing Modi.
But you said that Sonia lacks transparency. What about Modi? We still don't know the extent of his role in the riots. He's not apologized. And can you please explain this puppy analogy? Can you find a face saver for him?
No, first of all, let me get to the puppy thing. It's a minor point. You see,
it's ruined it for him, hasn't it?
No, it hasn't ruined. Maybe in the cocktail circuit. But in public, they understand this. You see, you must understand there is a last public which is not brought up on the convent school.
Very right-wing public. I mean, no.
Maybe right-wing or anything.
Not right,
but the people who go to municipal schools and so on, they understand this kind of logic. What he says is, I'm sitting in the back and a car runs over a puppy. I have no connection with that puppy. Even for that, I feel bad. So where is the question of my not feeling bad about?
But you're a lawyer. Can you tell him to use better words?
No, I won't.
Something more palatable than...
For cocktail circuits, my English will do, and for public, general public, masses, he is the right guy.
Okay. The other thing is, I referred to your loose cannon, which you disagreed, but use...
No, our loose cannon is the wrong definition. Okay. You can say something else. People say maverick. Maverick is a compliment in America, by the way. The Indians think it is some kind of... Maverick is a horse which can't be tamed. Okay. It's a fact, I can't be tamed. Okay. So I'm a man of my own mind.
So you're the maverick here. But you use words like Vish Kanya for Sonia Gandhi, saying that she kills people. Now, the BJP has been targeting Sonia for the Maut Ka Saudagar comment. So now how do you explain these two?
Well, there's retaliation. I mean, she should stop using words like that. We'll stop using words like that. In the last 2 months, there have been 20 derogatory names given to Modi. One is frog, then there's one scorpion. I got a list of 20 somewhere. I can give it to anybody.
And these are spokesmen, these are official
These are official spokesmen, Congress President, members of Parliament, that sort of thing. So the attack on Modi is so vicious. And he's not like that at all. I've known him since 1972 when he was just a Vidyarthi Parishad volunteer, you see. Now on Gujarat, I am ready to challenge any congressman, not all these riffraffs who are parading as spokesmen. But people who have accomplished education, law degree or knowledge to a debate in your news channel, let them show to me a shred of evidence where this man can be held as culpable. They are trying so hard, they have not been able to do it. Modi, only perhaps his mistake was that he didn't disown the Gujarat public at that time. And that's not even a mistake.
But he could have disciplined the Gujarat public at that time.
He did the best. You know how many, no, you see how many Hindus were killed by the Gujarat police.
So this is retaliatory.
No, they're not by the Muslim, I'm talking the police, Gujarat police. For maintaining law and order, they shot and killed Hindus also. Let us not forget one thing. This is one of the things that irritates all of us, and we become then very defensive and not willing to admit to anything. Gujarat, Godhra, those railway wagons were burnt. It was a premeditated act. It's well established. Those people have in fact been convicted.
Yeah, no arguments there, but
no, but
retaliate
why? Women, no, I am not saying that that is your mistake in thinking that we said to the Gujarati people, now you retaliate. This happens, the crowd becomes uncontrollable. 56 women, children burnt alive in a coach. What impact it will have on the society? What about 1984, 3006 being killed? Well, nobody talks about that.
It always becomes my riot versus your riot.
I am not talking about the riot. I am talking about their focus.
The riot.
No. You see, if Modi was responsible for Gujarat, Rajiv Gandhi was responsible for.
But they have apologized. Congress has come the Prime Minister to even Sonia Gandhi.
No. Apologize means what?
Means
have they made amends? The apology means prashchit in our religion, by the way. Prashchit means you must atone. Apologize.
So what do you want them? What would be?
I would say that they should hand over all those people who planned the whole thing. I'm telling you, when I was minister, Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated. There was a mob which went to Simapur to kill the Tamils. And I moved immediately at 4 a.m. in the morning. I moved the army. Chandrasekhar's house. I was sitting there. Chandrasekhar, he said, "Tum dekh lo isko." So I immediately called up the army and I said, "Send your thing with tanks." They went there at 4 a.m. in the morning. Nothing happened. The same thing should have been done by Rajiv Gandhi. Why didn't he do it? There was no army till 2 days. For 2 days there was a free hand.
Same thing could have been done by Modi.
So therefore, I'm saying, where is the proportion? There is not a word about what Rajiv Gandhi and Congress did in 3000. Here there are trials going on every day. Maya Kodani, who was a minister, is now in life imprisonment.
Because Modi is also now wanting to become Prime Minister, so his record will be on trial.
No problem, but on truth, not on falsehood. They should come to me. I'll act as an advocate. So I'm saying that, listen, the question is, I am willing to discuss with Congress what terms can be used, what terms cannot be used. But that has to be done by both sides. I have lots of friends in Congress because I was very close to Congress when Rajiv was there, very close to Congress when Narasimha Rao was there. I'm ready to talk with all the congressmen. They know me very well. I've dealt with them for years. If they are willing for it. They don't do that. You know the kinds of things I don't complain about. Mr. Rahul Gandhi's office, they have put posters all over in every bus station and railway station where they have put my telephone number and said, if you want a prostitute for the night, please call this number. I was flooded with this number. Then they put my wife's number, which they got from the Supreme Court directory. I have not complained. I filed an FIR. The police did the investigation and said, "Sahab, aap upar se hame permission laiye, kyunki ye upar tak jati hai."
Police told you that it's from
yes,
Rahul Gandhi's office.
Well, I won't say what the police, you will get the police into trouble. But they say upar tak jati hai, ab upar se hum logon ko khelwa dijiye ki ye karna hai. So that happened. Then they also circulated to all cabinet ministers, MPs, MLAs, governors, about 5,000 invitations announcing my marriage to some unknown lady I've never heard of and never seen, and said that the wedding reception come here. Now fortunately by then everybody had become wise, so it didn't work. Then they put out 3-4 cinema stars' name and said, New Year's party, A77 Nizamuddin East.
So the crowds.
Yeah, the students came here. I had, of course, warned the police because they sent me an invitation also, somebody. And so I called up the police, and the police was here to receive them. They registered a FIR. There are 4 FIRs. We don't complain about that. What can be so low than this? Tell me. But we don't complain. So therefore, don't say Vishkanya is bad. What are you doing? Do you think I don't care about it?
But do you think it's that the sanction has come straight from Rahul,
absolutely.
or it's people trying to be more loyal to him?
Yeah. Don't ask me for a memorandum of understanding on this. I'm one of the most well-informed people in Delhi. I've never been wrong in any court cases having brought a fact which is not true. You see, otherwise the other side would pounce on me. I am telling you, it is directed by Mrs. Sonia Gandhi and her son.
But one fact where you contradicted was when you said that Abdul Kalam actually spoke to Sonia and offered her prime ministership.
He didn't offer her. He declined.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
He told her not to be prime minister because she's a foreigner. Yeah. But there was a press release from Rashtrapati Bhavan saying that the conversation did not happen.
When? There was never a conversation of that kind. I'm only saying. Listen. Then it becomes my word against his word. All right. So I'm giving you an evidence. You please go back and check the TV broadcasts of that period. She was to meet him at 5 o'clock to stake her claim. Yeah, 17th May 2004. At a little before 5 o'clock, Manmohan Singh reads out a letter which came from the Rashtrapati Bhavan at 3:30, superseding the letter he had written the previous day, inviting her to form the government, to stake a claim to the government. He read out the last paragraph, that if you want to discuss the formation of the government, please come tomorrow at 10 o'clock. What did that letter say? The letter says, according to me, that I had made a complaint and that the president had to look into it, and therefore he cannot invite her to form the government. And therefore, if you still want to discuss the formation of the government, you come not today at 5 o'clock, but tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So if the president has said, I don't know, maybe what the circumstances of compulsion, I am going by evidence. Did I go on May 17th at 11:45 to the Rashtrapati Bhavan and make a presentation for all the officials who he had assembled in the Rashtrapati Bhavan? Where are the minutes of that?
That is where you made the case.
I made the case there.
That she should not be the prime
minister.
minister.
Then I came out and the whole pandal was full of TV people. They all took my TV. Only one showed it. None of the other TVs showed it. Where I explained what I had said. Then this 3:30 letter comes, which is on TV at 4 o'clock or 4:30 or 5, around that time, just before, where all the MPs had assembled to go with her, to go and stake her claim. And she's not there. And then 340 letters were given by Sonia Gandhi's office to the president, staking her claim, each individually written, including a letter from Ms. Sonia Gandhi herself. I, Sonia Gandhi, member of parliament elected from Rai Bareli, hereby propose Ms. Sonia Gandhi for prime ministership. How can she say that I didn't want to?
There is a letter where she says I propose.
Yes, 340 letters. Each written by
we've not seen a single of this letter.
Exactly. So just because of your ignorance, I'm not guilty.
Do you have a copy of this letter?
Well, if I have it, I won't give it to you. No, why should I? There will be a time when all these things will have to come out.
The fact that you met the president, there is no doubt.
All right.
What happened inside?
Was there a letter at 3:30 saying don't come at 5 o'clock? Why?
Because Abdul Kalam has given a reason saying...
No, why should I? There will be a time when all these things will have to come out.
The fact that you met the president, there is no doubt.
All right.
What happened inside?
Was there a letter at 3:30 saying don't come at 5 o'clock? Why?
Because Abdul Kalam has given a reason saying that this what Swamy is saying is not correct.
He may say that, but I don't accept it. I say we'll go by evidence.
Okay, coming back from the Congress to the president and the BJP. Yeah. With you and Modi, is this going to be a very aggressive BJP? Because we are seeing this whole Ayodhya campaign has been revived. There's Amit Shah is in charge of Ayodhya. I mean, all this talk of Modi is all about development. He doesn't want to rake the old 1990 wala BJP. It doesn't...
I say Modi is, in my opinion, only interested in one thing, this governance thing.
Then why bring Ayodhya into the political lexicon?
He didn't bring it.
But the party he claims to
So
have a
how can
decisive role
he
in.
tell the party don't raise Ayodhya?
Today if Modi tells the party anything, they won't listen. I don't buy
This
that.
is not a party that is built like Congress. They are all individual personalities. You see, when Cho says that Swamy cannot be suppressed, that's what it means. Nobody can be suppressed. There has to be a meeting, decide, and there are many stakeholders in this movement of Hindutva.
But he sent his lieutenant there, his right hand
This is
Amit
not
Shah.
his lieutenant.
What
He's
is
a
the
minister.
equation between Amit
He was
Shah
a
and-
minister. No,
But
they are in the
class
same party. I have known Amit Shah for years.
But sending Amit Shah to UP
He didn't
sends some
send.
message.
He didn't send. The
You could have-
party decided he would be in charge because he's a great one at
What is he?
electioneering.
He's great one at raking temple causes, a great one at...
That is not, no. What he only said about Ayodhya. Ayodhya is not his thing. Let me also ask you. Ram Mandir is not an ordinary mandir. All right. Second, masjid is not a religious place. I don't know whether you know this. I've got this from the Saudi Arabians. Masjid is a facilitation center for reading namaz. Have we got any Indian proof for it? Yes, 1994 Constitutional Bench judgment of the Supreme Court, Farooqi versus the Union of India. What does it say there? It says masjid is not a religious place. During British period, masjids were broken regularly for construction of road, etc. In Saudi Arabia, they break it all the time for building roads and new buildings and so on, including the masjid where Muhammad used to read his namaz, the Bilal Masjid in Makkah. So, masjid is a building, whereas in our Hindu tradition, mandir is after prana pratiksha puja, belongs to the Lord himself. So, if there was a mandir before, which was demolished and a masjid built on it, which has now been proved by a commission inquiry set up by the Allahabad High Court, then it should become a mandir again. We'll build another masjid some distance away, a brand new one for, and that masjid was a Shia masjid, by the way, and the Shias, they are quite willing to agree. It's the Sunnis who don't agree.
Okay, since we're talking about courts and I also have to congratulate you again. Recently, the Supreme Court has listened to your plea on the juvenile justice case.
We have now a full hearing is ahead. They have agreed to listen to what I have convinced them prima facie, that the age limit of 18 without ifs and buts is against the prescription of the United Nations resolutions and conventions. So there is an error in the law. It's bad draftsmanship. So the correct law has to be applied. So far the correct law has not been applied. So if the correct law is applied, then this Nirbhay case, there will be no juvenile.
So basically, the juvenile in the Nirbhay case will get the punishment that is
He'll get
actually
the
due to
adult
him.
punishment, yes. He'll get the IPC punishment, which includes 302 murder and rape. And it wasn't an ordinary rape. It was a most brutal, savage, disgusting rape. We can't let him go. Tomorrow some terrorist will come and kill 200 people and say, I'm under 18. They'll start recruiting, LET will start recruiting under 17 people, under 18 people. I can't have that. We have to have these ifs and buts, that if that juvenile has committed a heinous crime, not robbed a pastry from a bakery, but or a cycle from the cycle stand, but this kind of thing, or committed a terrorist crime, we can't treat him as a juvenile because he is mentally, intellectually and emotionally not a juvenile.
And also just last bit about you personally. I mean, you've been a master at disguises. You escaped the emergency as a disguise as a Sardar. We've all heard
even,
that. With Jayalalitha.
Yes, I escaped.
How did you escape her? You dyed your hair and wore a moustache.
I dyed hair, got a false beard and put on Sardar Pagdi and went out of my house. And then I returned to Tamil Nadu to see what is happening as with my cricket cap and dark glasses and in fancy sports shirts. And people are used to seeing me in this.
This is your traditional...
Yeah, this I've always worn.
Do you regret that article you wrote which got you debarred from, or can your lectures at Harvard were dropped?
Why should I regret it? I wrote what I felt. And
do you regret anything, Mr. Swamy?
Huh?
Do you regret anything?
In my life, let me see. No, I have nothing. Because I do it after a lot of thinking.
There is no.
And I don't care for consequences. Once I've decided I'll do, I don't care for consequences. Harvard, you see, what they did was a disgrace to Harvard. They should have at least asked me. You are asking me today, they could have asked me, you have written this article, where? In India, not in my classroom. I don't teach Islamic literature or something I teach economics, mathematical economics, a comparison of India and China. But this time these Saudi Arabian financed scholars at Harvard, so scholars inverted, then some of these crazy leftists like Amartya Sen, they all ganged up.
Again, calling Amartya Sen non-Indian.
He's a crazy guy.
Just because he's married a foreigner doesn't mean he's a non-Indian. There's no logic in that.
He didn't marry a foreigner. He ditched his Bengali wife.
So that's why he's not an Indian. There's so many Indians are ditching their wives.
That's wrong. They don't call yourself an Indian. You see, you go live abroad.
Mr. Modi has ditched his wife?
No, he didn't ditch his wife. You don't know the background.
Okay, he married her and they're separated.
Yes, he separated, but he never married again. And he didn't do it by stealing somebody else's wife, which is what Amartya Sen did.
But
Italian wife of another professor.
So it's Italian that is the problem.
No. Later on he married an English girl.
Okay.
Third one. And God knows what else he has without marriage.
But given, despite all that, it's statements like these, you call them maverick, I would call them still loose cannon.
He belongs to your society. He belongs to your society. Credibility is ruined.
Here you are fighting 2G cases, you got the July judgment, which is a brilliant thing. And the same Subramanian Swamy is saying things like this.
Absolutely, and the masses love it. You go into Twitter and see, these are all educated people, youngsters. You are talking about your cocktail group. I don't want to be part of that cocktail group. They don't belong to India. They will change tomorrow if I am in power. So I have seen that happen. So I don't care for them.
But do you regret your friendship with Manmohan Singh? How is it?
No, I don't.
I mean, the 2G case, he was summoned to the court.
He is a good man without his
has it been harmed? Is it still?
No. He's done one great favor to India, Manmohan Singh.
But because of you, he had to give that explanation to court.
Yeah, of course. If he's done wrong, he will be. I won't leave him. But he's a good man. I know it. Second, he has done one great help to India.
Which is?
Didn't resign. Had he resigned, that Buddha would have come as Prime Minister. And he stopped that. India should be eternally grateful to Manmohan Singh for that.
Okay, on this note, we would love to carry on, but we are running out of time. Thank you so much for talking to us, Dr. Swamy. Well, call him maverick or a loose cannon. One thing's for certain, Swamy certainly knows how to stir a political debate. Well, that's all for this week. Thank you for watching Cover Story and see you again next week.